I'm here, talk, and have no plan and no interest in putting one together. If you don't know, we need to ask somebody. I'll give you a template if you want a template. That's why the EFM is here. That's why Plant Moran, we did the report for Plant Moran. And if you can't admit that something's wrong, you can't fix it. We had an issue. And so with these resolutions, I just want to say, it's just more this direction from the standpoint of, I really don't know what I'm doing or what to do, so I'm just going to talk a lot and I'm going to put this stuff together. Listen, until you come together as a unit and really bear down, because you can't have this, the state is already ruled. You can't have a planning session without involving EFM. You have to learn how to work with people. We couldn't get the water bond. We couldn't get the water bond until we tapped into the relationships with the state. The county didn't want to give you anything. So what I'm saying, and I'm going to be quiet because I've said enough, but the truth of the matter is, Benton Harbor will never come up until we stop talking and start working. It is simple as that. You pray all you want to, but if you don't have a faith and the action to do it, ain't nothing going to happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor, and I appreciate our colleague for giving us the right numbers, which he said was $140,000 a year from the county, which means that bumped up that yearly number to $279,000 for Inspiration House. Definitely, I do appreciate what I heard, but in divine reality, the best way to teach somebody faith is to change places. It's hard to teach somebody faith when they have no job, when they can't pay for their medical and got to go to Dr. Tynes who will see them for free. It's a divine reality that you're paying high water bills. And while just listening, and I can appreciate because everybody does have an opinion, but if gas is $3.13, your electric just went up to $50, your water bill is going to be the upward $30, $40. Your taxes on your house, which you're the second highest tax in the state. Jen, I said that second highest tax in the state. All right. Then you got to pay for your garbage collection now, which they're billing you 3 months ahead. So now, if you just add somebody paying $150 a month for taxes, you add $303.19 for bare necessities. Times that by 12 and teach me faith. So we filibustering and saying it's a well-to-do project, and really the truth is, like I told Al Pashoka, is I thank God that God has given me the ability to take care of my family. But the city government is not the problem while the automotive industry collapsed, while auto specialties left, and we're giving tax breaks, and yet we'll shut down a company in the same area right across the street. And we thankful, that's good. Oh yeah, it's the city commission, that's bull crap. And I told Al Pashoka these words, and I'm done. I said, if the city get their books together, will that bring in business? After the EFM is done, getting the budget together and getting us on the straight road, will that bring in business? He said, no, Mr. Seats. I can't tell you that that'll bring in business, but the citizens deserve to have a balanced budget. And my statement to him was that the citizens of Benton Harbor are the citizens of the state of Michigan. And if the citizens of Benton Harbor deserve a balanced budget, so does the citizens of the state of Michigan. So let us not swallow a camel and gag on a gnat. There's real issues in the city of Benton Harbor that we're looking beyond and saying it's the city commission's fault. Poverty is not our fault. When you look at the high schools around the area, is that the city commission's fault? So we say we can write the same thing, but the saddest part is the majority of names that I see that represent this board was the same people who stood behind this podium and said, let's get a takeover, let's support it, we need it.
Who mismanaged millions.
But then we say the city's in bad shape, and yet we want to hold the government accountable, but we don't want to hold the people who get the money accountable.
That's right.
So how can we say these things? Because I believe that if we get our stuff together, surely we don't want nobody else going out there and getting millions of dollars. This document here says that they got over $3.4 million in 2 years and used the majority on administration. And it was on the backs of extreme poverty. But the key is, and I'm done, Mayor, and I don't have to say nothing else tonight. The key is, if there's no need, there's no grant. So if there's no extreme poverty, then you don't get the millions of dollars. So how many turkeys can you buy with $2.5 million in 1 year? And I tell you, thank you for 200. But is the problem that the city needs more turkeys? Because the majority of people that I hear don't want to fish. They want to be able to fish. They want an honest to goodness day of employment to work. But then we'll say it's all right to give a man $134,000 and give his assistants considerable raises, but then cut the janitor, cut fire. Go over to the county and say, why don't you take over our police department? If they don't do what I want them to do, let's take them too. And we'll sit here and say, yeah, that's good, because y'all don't have a plan. We just got here this year.
That's right.
But you've been here.
That's right.
What was your plan?
Amen.
What was your plan when you sat behind the desk and had the majority and supported a man who traveled and didn't bring nothing back? What was the plan then?
What was that plan?
What was the plan when we were going green and sent somebody on trips and they brought no information back? What was the plan when we paid for $900 for the miles put on a rental car? What was the plan?
That's right.
The EFM was called when the contract wasn't renewed. That wasn't in January. That was before we got here. So what was the plan then? And we'll give you a better plan now.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor. Being a man of the cloth, one of the first moves that Jesus made was he threw the money changers out of the temple. And they said that was his most violent point. And he said, you've turned the house of God into a den of thieves. So we got to throw out the money changers and throw out the thieves that been robbing the people. Because until we do that, you can put all the plans you want to together.
That's right.
But the crooks got to go.
That's right. That's right.
So that answers that question. I got a document where certain commissioners is giving Cornerstone money.
They
gotta go.
You can go get the year in review of the Herald Palladium, and you can find out who it is.
What document was that?
Today?
The year in review of the Herald Palladium. I don't like to advertise, but there's some information in there you can see. You know, when people want to keep you from governing, they hamstring you. And we see where Congressman Upton and the Republican Party is hamstringing President Obama. where they're trying to roll back all of his gains in his first 2 years. But Mr. Upton is the face of Harbor Shores,
That's right.
who's trying to unseat the man that Ben Harbor overwhelmingly supported. So where do we fall in politically in that tune? How can we support a man who's against the president if we support the president? And the same people that supporting Harris is the same people that's against Obama. And if you listen to the things that they're saying of him, it's nothing different than what they're saying of your local government. He's spending out of control, mismanagement. Same things. So they keep him from governing. We got in office in 2010. In January. Harris got here in April. But former city manager Richard Mars had already put the issue in that we need a review. Which if you read the Sunday Journal, Ben Harbor is unique because we're the only municipality that asked for an EFM. Is he suing Heartland? Because I learned he was fired. The city didn't fire him. We just didn't renew his contract. But we're being sued. But I hear the EFM is trying to settle for $250,000 and bring him back. And that's the citizens. This is unfortunate. And for those who are in support of it, you need to look at it very carefully. Last word on Mr. Chairman, because I saw that article. It's unfortunate that if you look at the voting record during the Bush presidency, he voted overwhelmingly with President Bush, whose policies got us in serious debt. But now all of a sudden, the Republican Party is fiscally responsible. Same way with the state of Michigan. They're sending an EFM in to balance our budget while they're in secret talks to see how they can file Chapter 9 bankruptcy. The state of Michigan, along with the state of Illinois and the state of California. But it's the city of Ben Harbor and the local government that's the problem. We don't have a